What's up, everyone? This is Dr. Mike Eyerly here with Connected Chiropractic, and we're going to be talking about some headaches today. Have you ever had a headache in your life? I know I have. I think everyone has at some point experienced some type of headache. But do you know specifically what kind it was and what did you do to treat it? That's kind of what we're going to be talking about today. Headaches come in a variety of different forms. They can have a variety of different ways they affect a person, not only what they experience, but also how they come on and what triggers them in the first place. And understanding those two things, what they experience and how they come on, are two of the biggest ways that you can help treat yourself at home and also help your healthcare provider treat you more effectively in their office. So we're going to jump right into it. We're going to talk about the three most common types of headaches today. There's a couple other kinds that are less common, but still very debilitating in nature. First one we're going to talk about is migraines. Everyone's heard of migraines at some point in time. Maybe someone's had them at some point in time. Maybe you're having one right now. And so understanding that migraines are a little bit different than the other headaches can really help a lot. Typically with migraines, they can change depending on the person. They are typically one-sided in nature, so they're only going to really affect one side of your head at a time. You're probably going to have one side that gets affected more often than not, and that's going to be your unique way that a headache comes on. They can be incredibly painful, and they can last up to 3 days. Tension headaches are next. Tension headaches are probably, in my opinion, more common than any other type of headache. I think it's something like up to 20% of the population is affected by tension headaches. So in a country of 300 million people, that's like 60 million people that are affected by it. So it's really common. It's brought on by a variety of different things, including stress, anxiety, depression, dehydration. You could be getting over the flu or something like that this time of year. Could be brought on by exercising too hard or not exercising enough. The best way to treat tension headaches is to manage your overall stress in life. The third type of headache is called a cluster headache. Typically, these affect men more than women. They're usually one-sided headaches. They kind of start in the back of your head and wrap up right behind your eyeball. It can be extremely painful. I've seen this take people to their knees before. It feels like lightning. It can last anywhere from 15 minutes to a couple hours, and it can be pretty repetitive over time. Overall, those are the three biggest types of headaches we see. Understanding which of those categories you fall into can help determine how to treat them going forward. So that's what we're going to talk about next, is some of the treatments, but we're going to talk a little bit about some of the triggers first. Stress is something that plagues everybody in our country, in our world, especially nowadays with technology, social media, work, calendars. It just never stops, right? So stress is a really big trigger for headaches. Holding your jaw too tight, so getting really stressed, really worked up, and really just holding your jaw down. Be holding a bad posture all day, so jutting your head forward, rolling your shoulders in, kind of just being like this, typing at a computer can really do that. Stresses like anxiety or relationship troubles, fights with your significant other, changes in lifestyle, changes in scenery. Did you just move? Poor sleep habits, not getting enough sleep at night causes stress on the body. And one of the unique things about your body is that it really doesn't know the difference between physical stress and emotional stress. They're both stress at the end of the day, and your body's going to respond the way it responds to stress. A couple different things you can do to reduce your stress and really help with stress-induced tension headache. Exercising. So exercising is fantastic, not only from a movement perspective and a neurological perspective, but an aerobic perspective. Moving around, really getting oxygen flowing through your body can help feed your brain the fuel it needs to really kind of mitigate some of these stress-induced problems that people have. Sleeping at night. You always should aim for 8 hours of sleep at night. People are going to change over time with their needs and their ranges. Kids typically need a little more. Older adults typically need a little bit less, but anywhere between 6 and 8 hours is what you should really be shooting for every night. When you start to get outside of that range, or maybe your sleep isn't solid throughout the night, maybe it's interrupted, that can cause a big portion of stress on your body that could be causing a lot of problems and ultimately headaches. Making time to relax at night. So when you get home from work, if you've had a stressful day or you've gotten out of the car after a long commute, your body's going to be stressed, your mind's going to be stressed, you can be experiencing, a headache. Finding a way to relax at night, whether that's meditation or yoga, exercising, sitting on your couch and just relaxing, maybe putting your earphones in and listening to your favorite music. One of the things that I see people make the mistake of is they get home from a stressful day They're stressed out, they sit on the couch, and then they watch a stressful TV show or something like along those lines, where they never give their body a chance, and then they try to go to bed at night, get a poor night of sleep, and then wake up and do the same thing the next day. It's really important to kind of break that cycle. Making time for yourself, both mentally and physically, are two of the best ways that you can do for yourself to mitigate stress in your life. Fourth of all, chiropractic is awesome for stress. Keeping the body moving and moving well. The chiropractic adjustment has a profound effect on the nervous system to help calm it down and help to relax your body, relax your muscles, and help your joints move biomechanically the way they're designed to. And that could take a lot of stress off your body as well. So now we're going to talk a little bit about daily headaches and migraines. So migraines can occur anywhere from a couple hours to a couple days. The unique thing about migraines is how they come on. So there's typically a couple phases with migraines that if you've ever had one, you could probably relate to. Before a migraine comes on, there's a prodrome period. It's basically like you don't have a headache yet, but you know you're going to get a migraine. Your vision becomes sensitive to light, or you start to hear a ringing noise, or you get stiff, your mood swings. Maybe you're feeling a little like anxious or agitated. You might get mad. There's many ways that this presents prior to a headache coming on. The next phase of that is called an aura, and this is basically a light-induced visual change that your body has. So you will look at something and see fuzziness around it, or you might get really sensitive to light, so you'll feel like you want to shut the drapes and be in a dark room. It's really common, and this is a really natural way to cope with an aura related migraine. You might get really sensitive to smells or sounds. Things like that are really going to help set this off and make it worse. Flashing lights. You might even have trouble speaking, or you might feel pain in your tongue and your face, and even feel like your throat is swelling. These are really common ways that migraines present, and they could be super debilitating. Like we were saying, these last days at a time sometimes. If you work a job and you wake up in the morning with your head hurting, and then you have to make breakfast, go to work, do your computer work, read, drive to work, drive home, and then your head still hurts. I mean, it could be debilitating. It could impact your entire life, the way you live it. And so understanding that migraines exist and there's different types of migraines can really help people understand what you're experiencing and also how to make it better. There's a lot of things that set off migraines. And like I was saying, migraines are very different. There's a lot of triggers, whether it's dietary, whether it's lifestyle, whether it's toxin induced, whether it's movement induced, whether it's poor biomechanics. There's so many different things that can cause a migraine to go off, and they're really complicated. So typically after the headache subsides, there's a postdrome period. So there was a predrome period where it kind of came on, and then there's a postdrome period where it kind of wears off. This typically is made up of a period of time where you are fatigued and you're tired, you don't want to move around very much, and you're kind of recovering from it. You could feel exhausted, like you don't want to get off the couch, you don't want to do anything. And with this kind of comes along with anxiety and depression. This could send you into a period of depression where your body is just so tired that you don't want to do anything. And over time, this builds up and kind of creates a learned pattern of behavior where it can kind of self-prophesize itself, where it makes it worse. So breaking that habit and kind of getting help with that kind of thing can be a really big positive treatment for migraines. And also, migraines are way more common in women than men. A lot of research out there being done about why and how and where they take place. The biggest things are finding what's unique to you, what sets your migraines off on a daily basis. And so that's one of the things we work with people a lot on, is figuring out the root cause of why they're getting migraines. So chiropractic care is really awesome for headaches in general because we address the major causes of stress. Thoughts, traumas, and toxins are the biggest pillars of what chiropractors treat. By helping the body move well and efficiently, we take stress off of the body. We can help restore biomechanical integrity to your spine. The better your body is moving, the better your brain is functioning. So if you're dealing with headaches and you've have for a long time and you're frustrated with it, reach out to us, reach out to your local chiropractor and see, if and how they can help you. We're always here for questions. Feel free to reach out. Send us an email, drop us a message on Facebook or Instagram, and we'd love to help you. So with that, I leave you. My name is Mike Eyerly. I'm a chiropractor at Connected Chiropractic, and have a great day.